was the infringement, and 3 points was the result from Nicky Little. The Fijians are back in front.
Well, how punishing was that yellow card period for Fiji? They've settled now. Let's see who can go on with it in the last 20 minutes of this classic game.
Spectacular stuff from the restart as Sisa Kimbali takes it forward. Rauluni back to Little. And the left boot of Little spirals into the hands of Alfie Thomas. Thomas tries to go around Bobo. And the ball finds the touchline. So 20 minutes left to go in this match, and unbelievably the Fijians have refound the lead.
They have, and their composure, which was lacking early on in the game, has really impressed me at the moment, I must admit, and full credit to Moses Rauluni. He has led them so well. You just get the impression they believe they can win this.
That was going to be one of their biggest hurdles, but that man Rauluni, and I've mentioned it before in this tournament, his father Taito played for Fiji, as did his brother Jacob. Ben June would have played some football with Jacob Rauluni. The heritage is strong and proud, and Nicky Little as well, a man of great experience, and his composure has been significant in the last 10 minutes. So the Welsh to feed this line, and wasn't straight. I had my suspicions confirmed by Stu Dickinson.
Costly little error there from the Welsh. It's really not being put under a lot of pressure at line at times, so as simple as it sounds, all they really have to do is chuck it in anywhere. And there would have been a fair bet of getting that ball back. Anyway, the Fijians, another crack at the Welsh, this time from scrum.
Through the scrum, and a penalty to the Fijians. So the Welsh front row infringe, and Sisa Kimbali puts one on the kisser of the Welsh, and it comes now to Sarah Mbai. Mbai back inside. Sarah Rembeni. Oh, they set the crowd alight every time they keep it in hand. This time it's Leoere. He scored one today. The pass to Ratuvo. The Fijians at the right end of the field. And the ball turned over, so that is frustrating for Ili Tambua.
Well, this is the type of rugby they love, and how good at it are they? And by half gap, support everywhere, Rembeni.
Too quick. Too fast.
The centre combination for Fiji has been very impressive this afternoon, not only in attack but in defence.
Play on. Play on.
This is where I think the ball's come loose.
Up, you made it, mate. Up you get. Up you get. You made all the way here.
But they still have the opportunity now to put some serious pressure on the Welsh, if not from the scrum, but on the kicker.
So Michael Phillips already had a bit of patchwork done on his shorts there. Only been on for a couple of minutes, but it's a good scrum from Fiji. Popham takes it away, and Guerra rides him to the ground. Phillips back to James Hook it was, but the Fijians transgress.
13.
Well, Rembeni jumping out of his skin to put a hit on, and he has the whole game. This time, a little bit over-anxious.
I think he might have been a bit keen.
Just a little bit. I think there's one or two ribs of Popham's he hasn't quite managed to have a crack at yet.
And in the corner of every Welsh eye is the shadow of Saru Rembeni this afternoon. Probably a nightmare or two
Come on, more space, more space.
in the dreams of Welsh backs this week, and the dreams of Welsh supporters on the line here. Fiji are in front. 15 minutes to go. Thomas Rees-Thomas. Well, Rauluni tried to jump through and take the ball there. Left a little bit of a gap for Williams to take advantage of. Phillips. Jones goes wide to Chavez. Leoere makes the tackle. Knocked back from the Welsh. Phillips comes to the left. He wraps Jones. Phillips to Williams. Jones again. This time it's Mark. And Cornelia Retuvo has no option but to carry that ball into touch. That's smart play from the Welsh.
Ideal result for the Welsh, really. They're now inside the Fijian 22 with a line out to come. Be very surprised if we don't see it driving more off this line out.
So Garrett Jenkins ringing the changes. Michael Owen on for Alex Popham. Duncan Jones on for Gethin Jenkins. And the Ian swap place as well. The Welsh through their maul look to roll it forward. The desperation of Fiji. They're only metres away, the Welsh. This to go back in front. Inches away, they must score. A penalty, Fiji. Well, how much more drama?
Obstruction, number 20 going through.
They look certain to score, the Welsh.
Been penalised for obstruction. Letting the Fijians off the hook.
So Nicky Little, that's a good touch finder from the experienced Fijian fly half. We'll have another look at it.
Time off.
I think Michael Phillips might have been penalised for obstructing the play, but once again, you'll see that in 1,000 balls all year. And Saru Rambeni earns a rest. I take my hat off to Saru Rambeni. I'm sure the followers of rugby will mirror that gesture.
Release!
And Norman Lingeri takes his place on the field. Ian Dradu picks and drives.
Stay back.
Can the Fijians add to the pages of the history books here at Nantes?
Stay back.
The Welsh were upset by the island neighbours of Fiji, Samoa, back in 1991. Rawanga picks and drives.
He's got no chance of moving, driving forward.
And Dickinson very quick with the whistle there and awarding a scrum to Fiji.
Not sure I agree with the tactic of the Fijians there, trying to reignite the phase of slow balls such as this.
Time out.
What they're left with now is a scrum, which they've been outclassed in this afternoon. So they're not going to get great ball off the back of this scrum. Their best chance, as you've mentioned, Rupert, is to feed that ball and get it back as quickly as possible.
The interesting thing about Fiji in this World Cup is that where so many teams are flat on offence or attack, they lack penetration. They have to get going forward. Fiji doesn't seem to have to do that. They can spread the ball very quickly early in the phases, and they've got so much penetration one-on-one that they can break the line. We've seen it a lot in this game. So why they're burrowing back up the middle, interesting comment.
Thank you. Crouch.
They certainly like to play the entertaining style of keeping the ball alive, the
Stand up then if
Fijians.
you're not right. Yeah. Hold the mark, hold the space. Start again, hold it there.
The scrum is not really their favourite option.
No, it's definitely not.
Crouch, touch.
And Bill Wood spot on with his comments. Why the Fijians are so good at seven-side rugby is because it gives them that opportunity to get in a one-on-one position time after time. And they need to work out a game plan to be able to do that in a 15-a-side game like this as often as possible, because when they do one-on-one, they're nearly impossible to tackle.
So once again, the scrum breaks down. Fijians grow up in their native streets playing a game of
Come
rugby
up now. Come right up. Come right up.
where there is only one tackle. Barefoot,
Come up.
ambitious in keeping the ball alive. That's where it springs from, that great sevens flair. We've seen it this afternoon. Can it get them home?
Straight through here. Spanky.
So the short arm to the
Let
Welsh.
it go, back you go. Just wait,
Welsh
easy.
wanting to play on quickly.
Easy.
Zenia Kotu, last man up.
I think Stu Dickinson penalised the Fijians there for not feeding the scrum straight, which you can understand because they want to get that ball out as quickly as possible.
Well, the Welsh get it out now, and Hook steps back inside. There's 11 minutes left to go, and Michael Phillips this time comes to the left. Soft defence there from the Fijians. Moses Raulini did so very well, and the Fijians come away with it. Lauere. Kotu goes to the defence. And Guerra takes it forward.
Stay back, 6 red. Thank you.
So Raulini this time finds Little. Out wide it goes. There's Nguera. Back inside. Bobo. He's still going Sorelli. They make meters, the Fijians. Raulini again. Little. Sunia Kotu. But Koto was not the go-to man there. Raulini, the dive pass to Pia Mamboli, and by Graham Mju's back on the angle. Raulini, right to left, the Fijians play it. Sorelli Bobo trying to get the pass away. Knocked back is the call. And Sissa steadies the ship. And Delasau straight through. Almost. Alan Wynne-Jones makes the tackle. Koto. Raulini, Little. The wide pass. Over the top. He hangs onto it. The big prop back inside. Great hands. Samaya and Bai steps inside. Oh! Samaya and Bai.
Time out. Time off. You there, Carlo?
Are you there, Carlo?
Can you tell me if a try has been scored, please?
Can you tell the rugby world if the try has been scored, please? No. I don't think so. I think he's sat on the line just before he got the ball down, unfortunately.
Yes, I think you're right, Rupert.
Could that be the difference between Fiji making the quarterfinal in 2007 or not?
There it is, Gareth Thomas in his 100th Test match. May have just pulled off the most important tackle of his career.
Here comes the result.
Player's gone in touch. Line out 5, red throw. Thank you. Try.
As we suspected.
No.
Let's not take anything away from the inspirational work of Gareth Thomas, as Ben Chern alluded to. In his 100th Test, the Bridge End boy had to make the tackle, and the Welsh go long. Back inside. The Fijians will need to get their act together here.
Let it go right there.
So close to glory, and yet so far. Stephen Jones.
Wait, 16 red. Okay.
Finds his touch. That's a big kick.
That is a massive kick, and one they desperately needed.
So there's 8 minutes to go in this match, or just over. Akapusi and Guerra once again receiving treatment.
Space first, then we'll worry about numbers. Come on, it's the space first.
They've played out of their skin, Fiji. The Welsh could have so easily dropped their bundle, but there is so much to play for. They rallied. It's been like a great heavyweight clash. The punches and the counter punches. Mayavo brings it down. Raulini to the box. Bobo gives chase. Well, Sorelli and Bobo. Advantage being played to Fiji. I thought Bobo might have been in strife. Little advantage over. Rutuvo shuffles it on to Delasau. He gets fancy. Back inside. This is Lingeri. So the Fijians have the ball where they want it, and that is in their hands. Nicky Little. Oh, intercept! It's tragic for the Fijians. It's triumphant for the Welsh. And Martin Williams will score the try. They celebrate in the crowd. Those wearing red. And Gareth Jenkins as well. as Martin Jenkins steals it from the Fijians' clutches and runs away and scores.
Nicky Little searching for space out wide. Through the cutout pass. The Welsh, however, very